Hi again, folks. So here answering some more questions from the Facebook group, and today's one, two questions. So first one is, what is the best type of Greek yogurt to get? So many different varieties, plain ones, is there any difference? And the second question is Kefir. Again, likes the plain variety, but is convinced that it has gut health benefits. Is there anything to this, essentially? So let's start with the yogurts. Truth be told, if it's a plain Greek yogurt, plain yogurt, there's not much difference between any of them, to be honest. All very similar calorie content, all very similar lactose, which is the natural sugar in yogurt, content. So very similar carbohydrate content, not much between them. The only time there is a difference is when they start to add in flavor, vanilla, raspberry, strawberry, fruit. That's when they're taking added sugar and putting it into the product. Carbohydrate's going to go up, sugar's going to go up, calories go up. So that's when it makes a difference. But if it's plain yogurt, don't worry too much about it. The other thing that you could think about, I guess, is whether it's full fat or low fat. Calories will be the main factor there. So the lower fat ones will have lower calories. So if weight loss is the goal, that's a switch you could make if you can tolerate it. I personally cannot tolerate the low fat stuff, doesn't agree with me. But by the same measure, I'm physically active, do a lot of exercise, and generally have a pretty well-balanced diet. Don't get me wrong, I do enjoy sugar probably more than most people and more than I should, but I do compensate. Whereas if you don't have that luxury for whatever reason, just don't like exercise or health, your health issues dictate that you can't be that physically active, then maybe those quick calorie wins will make a difference. And I've just done a video on this about calorie swaps, and you'll see how they can add up by making small wins throughout the day to make a big difference by the end of it. So check that out if you haven't already seen it. So hopefully that answered the question about yogurts, but in reality, not a big difference between all of them. In terms of the Kefir, so yes, it does have gut health benefits, and the reason is it's a probiotic. So you have two types of biotics, you have pre and pro. Prebiotics isn't live cultures of bacteria, it's basically the foundations for them to be able to grow once you've eaten them. And probiotics is the live cultures of the bacteria. So they're there, ready to go, so when you eat them, the bacteria can then proliferate and create those good bacteria conditions in your gut, which is good for your health. Now, I went to a lecture on this actually very recently, and the person talking was saying they prefer prebiotics because they don't get destroyed by the digestive process, whereas some probiotics do, so they don't actually reach their end destination. So yeah, these types of products can have gut health benefits, and we can look at certain studies that are becoming more and more prominent lately about certain healthier people having good bacteria and doing, sounds a bit gross, but fecal transplants into obese and unwell patients to see if it can help improve their health and promote weight loss. And it's found that people tend to be of better health with the good bacteria conditions in their gut, and people that tend to be overweight or have medical conditions, not all of them, mine's probably not putting this across very well, can have the poorer gut health composition. But it's a case of the chicken and the egg. Do those people who are healthier have better gut bacteria because they live healthier lives, or are they healthier because they have good gut bacteria and therefore are able to maintain those healthy behaviors, and vice versa with the people that aren't in such good health? Gut feeling is, if you excuse the pun, that actually it's the behaviors of the people that then dictate the conditions for good bacteria to actually develop in the first place. So eating lots of vegetables, salads, lean source of the meat, being physically active will then produce those conditions for the good bacteria. In terms of the products, yes, it can have good benefits, but I wouldn't rely on them. It doesn't replace the foundations of a good, healthy, balanced diet. But if you're going to have a yogurt, you may as well have it with the pre or probiotics if you can afford it, because it is a bit more beneficial than not having it. So yeah, absolutely, you're right, it does have gut health benefits, but that shouldn't replace those basics of nutrition. Hope that answers the questions. As always, post comments in the comment section if you have any further questions or if it's not exactly clear. I appreciate sometimes I can waffle on a little bit just like this. So if it's not clear, do ask, or if there's any other questions off the back of it, I will do my best to answer. And I hope you have great days, and I'll see you later.